Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Community Report 63 for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, which was released on the 28th of November. This is going to be a relatively short video because there's not much in here. It's more of an update of where we are with the Metro update. Also, there's a little bit of information about a new feature within the interface. So we must get straight into it. It says, "Greetings, dear comrades of the Soviet Republic. Another 2 weeks has passed away and Metro update is not out yet. We are sorry for that, but obstacles that prevent the release are not related to coding itself, and we may give you some insight into the development process, which is not only about adding new features and fixing the game code itself. While in releasing the game for closed and open testing is quite straightforward, we need to do more when we want to release the official update. We may have the code ready and tested with all the graphic art related to the release. There are other PR related things we have to be done, and we may have to delay in some stuff there. So we are delayed a game, but it can be released any day if the last things are done properly." Now, I can relate to this from my experience in the software industry. I cannot remember the number of times when a release has been put on hold at the last moment because of some totally unrelated issue to do with the actual code base itself. Often it's sign-offs, but I don't think the devs in this game had that problem. But I remember just getting people to sign off on like test plans saying that they're happy and they're ready to go ahead. It can be quite a big nightmare. Anyway, that aside, let's just move down to the next part. Says, "We do not have a lot of things to share with you besides this. The changes are not always visible enough and not easy to describe in words, but we can show you something new, and even it looks quite trivial, it may make the game better. We are working on adding new outline to objects in the game. Until now, the objects over which you hovered the mouse and were selected were highlighted in yellow color gradient. Now we've changed that, and there will be a thin yellow outline to highlight the desired objects." Now, this is quite an interesting change because I do agree with the sentiment that when you put your cursor over a building, it turns yellow. It makes it quite often quite difficult to see some of the detail, especially when you're trying to actually check on the building itself and you want to actually get additional information at the same time. So I do like this, and we'll just take a look at a couple of the pictures here. You can see this building is highlighted around the main template. It's also interesting that it's highlighted in the direction of view. Here are other instances of the new highlighting will work. Yeah, so we got this train highlighted here. The only thing I will say is that with really small buildings like that, it might be a little bit difficult to see, especially against certain backgrounds, but I still think I like it. What's this one here then? Oh yeah, this is a uranium conversion plant with highlighting around the outside there. Also interesting that there's a little yellow circle around the tip of the cursor there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think this is where it's going to be most advantageous, is that you're only going to get the outline on underground buildings, where when it goes to a big yellow blob, it can be a bit difficult to see where the orientation is. With this, you'll be able to get a bit more detail of when you're actually looking at things underground. What's this one? It's red. What does it say? It says not suitable to stop. Oh, so they've actually done it for buildings. So instead of the whole building going completely red, there's an outline around a building that's not suitable to be selected as well. That's pretty cool. And this is probably an area where you might get a little bit of a problem because you can see that the tram's highlighted within the building. I'm not going to say that it's bad. It's just that might be something that's going to take a little while to get used to. And then down the bottom here, it says, "Now you can see that it's not always about the surface with fancy graphics in the game, and even coding does not include the rest of the development process. We need to do much more, and sometimes we need to outsource stuff because the team has great skills in some areas, but in others, not coding related, we may be less experienced. We are learning in the process, and there's quite a bit to get through until we're able to release the game to public." Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. I mean, especially in a game like Workers and Resources. I mean, a lot of the graphic stuff, I can understand them outsourcing that to people who are really good at it. I know from experience, coders are very good at technical coding, but some things like graphics details, possibly even design, isn't exactly in their wheelhouse. So let's move on to the final paragraph. It says, "We are working not only on the outside and inside of the game, but also on the background help spread the news about the game, that more people will be engaged and enjoy it. Though it may look like it is only about making money, actually we need to prepare for the future, as we want to stay in business and we not rely on this single game only, with the ability to keep up with future developments and updates of this game. We hope you can bear with us even in times that we cannot keep with the timeline we aimed for. This report is a shorter one, and it does not contain a lot of exciting stuff, but at least it gives you an opportunity to show that we are also behind the scenes processing for the game. Up until next time, enjoy life and have fun, and stay tuned for the upcoming reports. Now, the interesting thing about this paragraph is this sentence here: we not rely on this single game only. That gives me the impression that they're already working on an outline for another game, and I'd be quite interested to see what that would be. I mean, because I'll be completely upfront, Workers and Resources is going to be a tough game to follow up on. So it'd be interesting where they would actually take that. Anyway, I'm not going to speculate too much. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.